As you can tell, these cards that are in front of me, this one right here, we can start with this one. We can skip me, and you can keep going and saying what you need to say, but you can skip right over me, and we'll be fine. Or we can put this whole thing in reverse, and I have receipts on a lot of things that I know. And yes, I do know a lot. Trust me, I do know a lot. Your people talk. So you might want to keep your people that are in your house in order. Because drunken conversations have been had. And drunken text messages have been sent. So again, you might want to not go in reverse. Or the draw two. Now, those reps that you said that I've been recruiting and that I've been sending information to, those are only the people that I've been talking to. Now, since you've already said that I've been recruiting and been talking to all of your reps, since you said that I've already done it, then maybe I can contact all of those people you said that I've already contacted, which I have not contacted. So again, we can skip me and keep it pushing. We can go back in reverse, and I can pull up all the receipts that I have. Or 1, 2, and 3, those reps can be contacted. I can give them Gordon's information. They can talk to Gordon on their own. Everybody's been talking to Gordon on their own. Now, when they reach out to me and say, hey, do you have Gordon's information? I need to reach out to him. I send over the information. No harm, no foul. I don't do anything. They talk to Gordon. They send Gordon information. They send Gordon screenshots. As you can tell by all the interviews he's done, by all the people he just talked to. You the one who owe them money, not me. So again, keep that same energy as this is titled. And that's all I have to say.
I aged myself by even saying Reader's Digest for this. I grew up in Iowa, the youngest of 9 children. My mom was a nurse, my dad was a teacher and a football coach, and a beloved figure in our community because he coached for 35 years. So I always joke, my dad never paid for a beer because everywhere he went, somebody that he coached over the years would come up and say, Coach, let me get you a beer. Let's talk about, that great season we had in 1974 or whatever. He was just an incredible man. I mean, truly, a legend. And so I had wonderful parents. I'm the youngest of 9. I've come from a family with 8 girls and 1 boy. I grew up in Iowa. My first 10 years, I grew up in the city in Iowa, which was a city of about 80,000 people. And then when I was 10, my parents moved us to the boondocks, the middle of nowhere, which I thought was actually the middle of everywhere. We lived 10 miles outside of a small town of 247 people. So I got to know farmers and farming and the ag community, and it was such a great way to grow up in Iowa. I love Iowa so much. As a matter of fact, I just bought a place there again.
Really?
Because I love it so much. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, Sandra?
Yeah, how's it going?
Hey, good. It's Gordon. Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you.
How's your day going so far?
Pretty good. I'm working on some passport stuff, but outside of that, everything's good.
Right on. Well, okay, so the way this works is, we can just chat a little bit up front before we officially get into it. Just kind of, I want to get your perspective as far as like what you're trying to accomplish, and then you can ask me any questions before we get started. So I'm all ears. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I guess I've seen some of the interviews that you've done, right?
Uh-huh.
I've seen a few of them. I know a lot of the people personally.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess I'm just kind of trying to like, are you accepting good reviews of Beyond Pro?
Absolutely. Yeah, no. It's. I want to tell the entire story.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, there is an interview coming out tonight or tomorrow.
Okay.
I think it'll be tonight with somebody else, and we kind of covered some of that same stuff. My function here isn't to. What's the best way to describe it? I'm very fair when I do this stuff. You know what I mean? Okay. Mm-hmm. Bryce and Lane and Lucas had well over 20 opportunities to comment as it progressed. There's a lot of things that will come out later in the feature film and stuff like that, where it's like, the reason I'm being so hardcore is there's things that aren't public yet that are, it's an organized racketeering crime ring. It's really bad. So like as a causational journalist, I have an obligation to as I'm starting to see the overwhelming evidence, right? I have to get this off my desk as quickly as possible to law enforcement. And that's going to happen this week, right? So to answer your question, absolutely, I want to tell the entire story. I don't censor anything.
Okay.
So does that kind of answer that?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I mean, I've had, just to be completely transparent, I was with Beyond Pro when one of the ISPs that they had didn't pay out, right? And they.
I would love to hear that story. Absolutely. So,
yeah,
okay, so before we keep going.
For a long time.
Yep. So you want to do the interview then? You ready to get rocking?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so, So I'm with Sandra, who was insider over at Beyond Pro. And I'll just give the floor to Sandra. Before we get rocking, though, tell everybody a little bit about your background and how you got into the business of Beyond Pro and internet sales.
Yeah, for sure. So I actually used to work for a solar company in Texas. It didn't, I guess I'll say it didn't go exactly the way I hoped it would go. I feel like I just kind of got into the solar industry a little too late. And so now, I was kind of looking for other opportunities. And then I got a call from the recruiter at Beyond Pro. And I was, brought in with the company. And we, I just kind of hit it off. I did internet sales back when I was 18. I won't age myself. But I did that a little while back. And I did really well at it. And so I figured, I'd give it a shot. It was definitely time for the solar wave. So, I figured why not? And I took off for sure. Okay.
And so when you started with Beyond Pro, when was that roughly?
This was back, almost 2 years now. So I guess.
So summer of 24 approximately, something like that?
A little after summer.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Okay. And then when did you leave over there?
So I'm still, I'm actually got back with them. I left for a little while when one of the ISPs that they had didn't pay out, and they were owed, quite a bit of money, like over $1 million. And so that really set everything back. Obviously, there were people that weren't getting paid at that time, just because the company was consistently fronting money, but eventually, that had ran out. And so there was a big gap. I think I stopped last year in August. And then I came back this year in January.
Okay, so can you take me through, because there's another interview that we touched on this a little bit too, kind of the time frame of when this Fiber First deal went bad. And so can we slow down a little bit on that? Can I get your perspective on that, please? So is that when
honestly,
go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so it was around that time. Things were going bad, but everybody was still getting paid at that time. People that were owed money, they were still getting paid, even when it was going bad. It wasn't until, I guess, while negotiations were still going on between Beyond Pro and Fiber First, people that were owed money were definitely still getting paid. There were a lot of people that owed the company money, and of course, there's times where they feel like they're, they should still get paid out. But if you owe Bryce money, or if you owe Beyond Pro money, then I'm not going to pay you. You owe me. I saw a couple of.
Can I ask from your perspective?
Yeah.
Why did that go bad, and do you feel there was cause for that money to get held back? I mean, what were you told? I'm curious.
There's some people I know that. So one thing I will say about Bryce is definitely the type of person that will go above and beyond, especially if he's worked with you for a while, because he gets to know people as family. So now he knows people's background, and when people get themselves in sticky situations, he tries to, do whatever he can, and sometimes that means he writes a check to, clear the air with somebody else, and so that way you can continue to move forward. There was one of the interviews, somebody's like, Beyond, I don't know. There's people that say that Beyond Pro or Bryce owed them, I've heard crazy numbers, 50,000, 80,000, I don't know, like just stuff that is just ridiculous, and people forget that Bryce has paid taps for people. Bryce has, gone above and beyond. Bryce has housed people, okay? Like, Bryce has put people in apartments, okay? Like, giving people a roof over their head type of deal. There was one manager, he had borrowed, or he had, ran up a credit card of another manager. Bryce paid that tab. Well, at that point, now you still have to pay that back, right? Like, he did it so that there's no bad blood there, but at the same time, he didn't just give you 20 grand, right? Like, so, I've seen a lot of different situations with things like that. I don't really know to the extent. I personally was owed $2,500 after all. And that's the thing, is I'm really big on keeping track of my expenses, right? So I went on a blitz for 2 weeks with my team. We racked up some expenses, flights, rental cars, then we had some chargebacks in there, right? Like that happens. When it was all said and done, I was owed $2,500, and I was made whole. Was it late? Yeah, sure. But did I get paid? Absolutely.
So, and then when did you go back? It's in February, and you're still there now selling over there?
Yeah, we
Okay.
just finished up a blitz not too long ago.
So back to the fiber first thing, because again, I want to be absolutely fair, right? Again, like, I still am trying to get my head around a 7-figure debacle, right? That caused, in essence, the claim here is that I think, and again, I'm just a candid person, I think publicly, and assuming when law enforcement talks to him, because it's so overwhelming, right? That's going to happen. And so the thing is his defense going to be, well, we fell behind on because of that fiber first. So I think it's really important that we don't just gloss over that, to be fair. So I still don't understand what happened from the fact ISP fiber first is rolling, everybody's getting paid, Bryce is a great guy, Beyond Pro's on the up, and then all of a sudden this 7-figure debacle happens, and the company, instead of wait, hold on, let me just finish, because I got to share something with you. Are you aware that they were just their accounts were just frozen by the sheriffs? Did you know that?
No. I don't do their financials.
Okay. So I'm just saying, what I'm trying to get across to you is, like, it's there's more going on here that meets the eye. Does that make sense?
I'm hearing what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you think on that fiber first thing? Like, I still don't know.
So it wasn't a 7-figure issue all at once. It wasn't a one-time payment that didn't come. It was, hey, we're going to pay you. And then obviously, as teams are still out selling, they are making more money. And so when the invoices are not coming in for 3 and 4 months at a time, and that's our largest ISP, then, and all the money is going to the same bank account at one point in time, then...
Do you think it's possible or plausible that Bryce was lying about not getting all the money?
I don't think so.
Did you know that I just published last night email Lane created and stole the identity of a NextLink executive? Did you know that?
No, I don't know anything about
Yeah.
that.
No, I'm just saying, I'm not being adversarial with you. I want to rapid fire some.
The thing is, I'm just not going to speak on things I don't know.
No, I know. I just want to rapid fire some facts at you. Did you know that as early as 2019, there's reports of payroll schemes with Bryce Online?
I wasn't with the company at that time.
I'm just okay. So I just want to educate you a little bit because, and again, this is just, we're doing an interview. This is, the way my journalism works, everything's part of the story, right? So it's like, just think about it from my perspective. I have over 20 whistleblowers. I've documented, which again, this is my opinion, right? Everybody can have an opinion. To me, it looks like over 200 felonies, human trafficking. Like, there's so much crazy stuff going on here.
So who's getting human traffic since we're talking facts?
Well, there's online reports, multiples, and then also I have internal documents and pictures showing underage kids get moved across state lines and stranded, which is highly problematic. I've got an underage girl actually knocking and with badges and everything. Like, there's I would suggest maybe just go on, and this is just, what I would do, is if you go to clipartistfilms.com and go to the Stroking Fiber page and just kind of start going through what I've been posting. It's just, I don't know. To me, it seems silly that, I don't know.
I haven't heard where humans are being trafficked. I missed that part.
I just told you.
So you said that people are being moved across.
You have underage kids being recruited
How
by.
are they getting there?
Huh?
How were they getting there? Were they taken? Were they?
I don't know. You know what? Those are great questions. Those are great questions for the Attorney General of Idaho. They have a whole team of investigators, and what their job is to do is get people, get affidavits, get people on the record, get testimony, and then to see if the evidence is overwhelming enough to where there's an indictment made, so people that commit these kind of crimes against the public are held accountable and put in prison. That's the next thing that's going to happen.
So at this point in time, it's speculation, is what you're saying?
No.
Because it hasn't been.
It's on the website. Sandra, it's on the website. Okay, so let's move on from that. So I guess at this point, I'm going to end the interview because it seems like you were sent in by Bryce and you've been put in the middle. And I don't want you to really say anything else because I think you might incriminate yourself, So
I wasn't sent in by anyone. I saw a few of your interviews.
But you work for Bryce right now, correct?
I work for myself. I'm a contractor.
I know, but you are doing business with Beyond Pro as a sales rep right now, correct?
Yeah, aren't you taking the full story? Correct?
Okay. So I'm going to give you the floor, and anything you want to say, go ahead.
So only thing I want to say is there's always going to be two sides to a story. From my personal experience with Bryce, I've watched Bryce for my, like I said, personal experience. My daughter just had heart surgery. He flew my mom in to make sure that she could be there and I wasn't alone because I live 1,500 miles away from my family. Any dollar that I was ever owed by Beyond Pro has been paid out. A lot of these people that are saying that they're owed money actually owe Beyond Pro money when you look at the facts, if we're talking facts. I've seen it. I've watched people, once somebody says, oh, this person owes me money, it's very easy for everybody else to kind of jump on the bandwagon. And at this point, that's what it looks like. People want to get paid. It's 2026. Times are tough. Life is hard. People need somebody to blame. Bryce Baker seems like a great guy to point the finger at, I guess.
All right.
That's all I have to say.
All right, Sandra. Well, thanks for calling in and participating. Have a nice day.
You too.
Okay, I want to address Bryce since he's want to talk about me in this latest video that Gordon put up. And I wanted to address his comments that he made about me. And I'm only going to address the comments that he made about me. So I'm going to title this video, Keep That Same Energy. So your first comment is, I am recruiting for Gordon's podcast. I am not doing no such things. I have had reps reach out to me asking me about Gordon and asking me for his information. So I give said information. 2, you said that the reason pay was delayed and I was fired from the call center was because of let's see, this first one was cut call center staffing. Yes, I had to cut call center staffing because you were stating that too much money was going out, and I had to cut people down to from 35 hours to all the way to 15 hours. Who lives on 15 hours, Bryce? Okay. Number 2, you said I doubled the hours. We had a whole conversation, me and you, about when you called me around Mother's Day, because I was in California, because I remember this, that I needed to cut hours because you were explaining dollars and cents and all of this. So what did I do? I cut hours. Now, since we were weeks behind on pay, me cutting hours wouldn't have taken into effect maybe 2-3 weeks down the line. Okay. Next, you said that I set up a group chat to say not to listen to Bryce or Lane and to listen to me. Well, sir, unbeknownst to you, I have receipts, okay? So I have a text message stating that I told the group, yes, I told them not to work if they didn't get paid. At that time, we did not get paid for 2 weeks. So when Welcome Call is texting me and asking me about pay, when we're going to get paid, I stopped working on the 23rd, June 23rd. And I sent you a text message stating that I was not working until I got paid. And then I informed Welcome Call to do the same. Who works for free? Yes, you want to say show grace, and yes, you want to say, well, who stops working just because they don't receive pay? We are what you call independent contract workers, okay? We depend on money, and the money pays our bills. If we were not paid for 2 weeks, bills don't stop just because we have just because money is not coming in. Bills do still come in. So yes, I did inform Welcome Call to take action. I told them in the text message that you can that I have, it states that they don't have to follow the leader, but you do what you think is good for you. And I did what was good for me, and I stopped working because, again, I do not work for free. Okay, and then next, you called me actually. Let's see, I stopped working on the 23rd, and that was a Tuesday. You called me that Friday because one of the Welcome Call reps who used to work there started making TikToks about you. She included your pictures. She was making a big ruckus and a big stink about you not paying her. So what did you do? You called me to ask her to calm down because she's putting your name and your company out there. So then you sent me text messages showing that you did pay her and that she didn't claim to receive your money. And you sent me the text messages which showed that you did. And then all of a sudden you tell her in order for her to pay, in order for her to get paid, that she had to take down those videos. And you told me to tell her that. And what did she do? She took down the videos so she can at least get her money. She didn't have to take down anything, but you still needed to pay her. Just like you did me, I had to wait a whole month to get the money that you owed me, which you did pay, but I had to wait a whole month after you so claimed fired me for what did you say? That you fired me because the hours were doubled. You fired me because I was the reason that pay got delayed. Sir, I've never been the reason pay got delayed. So you were the one who pay got delayed because you didn't pay people. This is not my company. This is your company. So I was never the reason of pay getting delayed. Pay was always submitted every Sunday. I submitted hours. I told you how much everybody worked. All of those emails every Sunday, pay was submitted. Now, after pay was submitted, it's out of my hands. So I was never the reason pay got delayed. You didn't have the money to pay people. You didn't have what you call reserves. Who runs a company and don't have reserves? That makes no complete sense. So you're waiting on ISPs to pay you. Then you pay people, but then you have to 1 week pay reps, 1 week pay welcome call. So that was your decision, not mine. Okay, moving on. You said that I got contracts, and then I've been reaching out to reps and telling them I have contracts to come work for me. I have nothing. I don't have contracts. Do I know of reps who have contacted me and said, hey, if you know anybody who needs a job, let them know? Yes. I have nothing. I have no contracts. So when reps reach out to me asking me if I know anything, if I have anything, do I know when they're getting paid? I don't know anything about sales. I was never in sales. I was in welcome call. But your reps are reaching out to me. Why? Ask yourself that question. You're the one not paying them, not me. And I've been reaching out to reps in regards, again, to Gordon, in regards to I'm having contracts. Sir, I've been in contact with all of your reps. Basically had my number. Now, do they keep in touch with me and I keep in touch with them? Yes, about 7 reps. Still talk to them, still asking them how they're doing. You know, we actually have an actual relationship, like a, hey, how you doing? Checking on you. You doing good? I have that type of relationship with them. And when they reach out to me asking me about pay, why you haven't paid them, why this and why that, I don't even have the answers to give them. Now, when they do ask me about, do I know anybody who's hiring? Yes, I do. Now, I give them the information. That's totally up to them. I'm not recruiting anybody. I know people, but I'm not recruiting anybody. And then when you said that I'm giving out confidential information, and I'm not giving out anything. I stopped working June 23rd. By that weekend, I was blocked from Fast Gym. So any Fast Gym information, any views of accounts, that didn't come from me. I was blocked out of Fast Gym. So that did not come from me. So again, not me. And then you said 20 breaches in the contract signed by everyone. Sir, that contract has to deal with salespeople. That contract has nothing to do with welcome call. The verbiage in that contract, yes, says independent contract, but sellers, nobody in welcome call is a seller. I didn't sell fiber. I was a welcome call person. I took calls. I set appointments. I didn't sell anything. So that contract has nothing to do with me. The verbiage in there has to do with sales reps. Didn't have anything to do with me. Then you have the confidentiality and the non-compete clause. I can't take company data. In section 17, yes, it does say that in the $50,000 fine, but I didn't do any of that. I didn't give out any company information. I didn't, all those screenshots and all that stuff you see in the videos, those are from reps. And here's a tidbit for you. Before I even started talking to Gordon was already talking to reps at Beyond Pearl. He already had people who he was talking to before me. The only thing I did was the reps that I have been that been in contact with me, I sent them videos of my interview. So they took that and ran with it. I didn't do anything. Now, you did send your informant, Jake, from State Farm. You did send him. Good try. You thought you had something. You didn't have anything. I'm so sorry. I already knew Jake was one of yours, and that wasn't going to work. So sorry. You've been saying that you want Gordon to pause so you can fix your whole business starting from last year. Sir, your business been bombing and been sinking way before Gordon. So you can't blame him for anything. All of this, if the common denominator in this whole situation is you. You're the common denominator out of everyone. People who don't get paid, that's you. People who have their own opinions and saying that you taking their accounts, that's you. The common denominator is you. So again, I would advise you to keep my name out of your mouth.